Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Game Together, the show that we're allowed to roll for initiative at the workplace. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm here with my co-hosts, Ben and Joe, as usual. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good this time.
Good,
Better.
good.
This time.
Before we, yeah, this time we're good, but maybe another time we don't know. As you can tell, I am in my secure location, so nothing to worry there. But we do have an announcement. It's not the announcement of where I am. Instead, it's the announcement we have an email now. So, Joe, would you like to
Yay.
go ahead and share that email with everyone watching?
Yeah, let me go ahead and get that email up. I'm totally prepared for it. So prepared for it, actually, that I'm going to totally bring up our little box that says, hey, you guys can email us.
There it is.
We have an official email now. I'm totally not stalling for time because my
Oh, boy.
Outlook wants to say, because my Outlook totally doesn't want to say that.
This is great. But yeah, you can send us comments, requests, questions, pretty much anything. If you just want to feedback and say the show is great or the show's terrible, you can do it there, and we will most likely read it.
Where is this?
If you want to know where Ben gets his glasses, or if you want to know where Joe gets his hats, or if you want to know where I am in my secure location, I probably can't tell you that
We won't tell
information,
you
but you
that.
can still email it and ask us overall. But yeah, gametogether@wdtn.com. That is the email for you all if you have any questions. Now, let's go ahead and dive right into our topic. So tonight,
Oh,
we
I
will be
found the email.
talking- You did find the email?
There
I
it
found
is.
the email.
Circle back
As you
now.
can say, I am a wizard.
Yes.
Yeah, you are a wizard.
Very much.
I'm a wizard of finding emails, aka reading. So
It was a ritual, so it took a long time.
yeah, it's a long time. So let me read this email. This email is from Paul Gunton. Thank you, Paul, for reaching out to us. He says he's a former RPG player, so I hope it's not former for the wrong reasons. And he said he really enjoyed watching our podcast of Game Together on WDTN Plus, and he would love to be able to download it and watch it in other places. I do not, unfortunately, have a good answer for you there. We may be able to find an RSS feed for you at some point, but at this time, that is above my pay grade. And he says, as a teenager, my friends would get together and play the RPG known as GURPS. We also played Star Trek RPG and Robotech RPG. They were started their first game club at Centerville High School, so that is fantastic to hear.
That's awesome.
And a woodworking friend of him gave him a wooden dice roller. I have to say, and the email does go on for a little bit. It's lovely hearing this, hearing that people game together with their friends in general. Paul, thank you so much. And if we get an answer to that feed question, we'll reach back out to you. But in other news, again, people, if you want to reach out to us, game together at WDTN.com. Comments, requests, questions, no feedback. We don't take feedback here.
I just said we would. So we'll see.
I have very thin
I guess
skin.
they'll
It'll
figure
be
it out.
mixed.
I have thin skin. I don't
Yeah.
take feedback.
Okay, well then I'll read it for you. And
Thank
if it's
you.
safe for you, I'll let you read it.
Okay.
So Sartaj,
Exactly.
what do we have today?
We'll have we have a little filter going on too
Yeah.
for the good emails.
'Cause otherwise
So
I will cry.
today, that's right. That's right. Otherwise, today we are talking about Magic the Gathering. Now, if you don't know what Magic the Gathering is, a very short and simple explanation I can really give is basically you are someone that is summoning monsters, creatures, humans from alternate dimensions, alternate planes of existence, basically, and summoning them to fight your opponent who is doing the exact same thing. So basically, guys, Magic the Gathering, I wanted to get us started by saying how long we have been into Magic the Gathering. For me personally, I started all the way in elementary school, believe it or not. That's how old I am. But yeah, so I started in elementary school. I didn't play too much of it. It was mostly my brother, but he introduced it to me. I introduced it to my friends. It was really in middle school where I started playing it. Played it in high school a little bit, fell off a little bit, and I came back to it just recently, actually. 2 years ago, I got back into it. So that's the story of how I got into it. Joe, you're a relatively new player, is that correct?
No, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
I I also started in what was that, grade school, like 8th grade, and then I got into it a bit more in high school. I dropped it because I don't have money.
That'll do it.
People who keep asking if I have money, I don't have money.
People who keep asking.
People keep asking, man.
If you're a Magic the Gathering player, just automatically assume you do not have money.
No.
Now, someone that is new that I will not lie about, according to my sources, Ben. you are someone that's new to the game. Is that correct?
That is correct. I am a lover of all of things trading card games. So so Magic the Gathering being one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic trading card game of all time. Naturally, I do have a deck, but it is only until recently that I got into it because I have some buddies who really got into it, and I've been avoiding it.
I heard you hate the game.
I don't hate the game. It's just,
I mean,
there's just
that's basically a common trait for Magic the Gathering players.
Is
You do
hating
hate
the game.
I mean,
that's he's in.
it's on
I
brand.
actually hate the player, not the game.
I see.
There we go.
Smart.
I understood that reference.
I just think that
but
there's
yeah.
like some. There's a lot of other games that have like more fluider kind of rules that I think are just a little more like modern. But I think it is very fun and interesting. So I did just get into it this year, but I did get into it because of some buddies of mine. So
That's fair.
I do have a deck.
To re-answer your question, Sartaj, I got back into it this year because, like drugs, you can't really put it down sometimes.
Yeah, you
Whoa.
can't really escape it in general.
No.
It just keeps on going. A whole bunch of people. I thought my location was compromised for a moment, but we're okay.
We're okay.
Oh.
Shall
so
we start by? Do you want us to show off what our deck boxes look like?
So yeah, the deck boxes, if you can go ahead and show it. So we will be talking about our deck boxes. So mine is in the middle, yours is on the right, and this is one that we're seeing right now is Ben's
Correct.
Commander. Now, one thing we do want to describe is Magic the Gathering has changed throughout the years, and one popular format is Commander. So Commander is basically you have one card that serves as your commander, like the commanding officer of your entire deck. And basically, your whole deck revolves around that card. So this is a very popular format that recently got. I think it was. Not really recently, but maybe a couple years ago is when it really exploded in popularity. Where whenever you go to now a store or anything, it's Commander. There is other formats like Pioneer, but Commander is the main one that is very popular. And I know we all have our own decks, and for the sake of time, I think we should definitely at least talk about our commanders.
Sure thing.
So, me, unfortunately, I was not allowed to bring anything to my secure location, but I do have a picture of it. So this is my commander. His name is Kurik. I think it's Kurik. A lot of people have different pronunciations
I'm
of
doing
him.
my best to read it.
That's all right. Kurik, son of Yawgmoth. So he is a mono black creature. He basically, his whole engine is that you can use your life to summon any creature that has that black skull symbol in its title. And the more creatures you summon, the stronger he gets. So my entire deck is built on building up life points and using those life points to cast swamp/black creatures onto the field. So that is my commander. So let's go ahead and go to Joe next. Joe, tell us about your commander.
Okay, so my commander is not evil like Sartaj's is. My character is actually super fun. It's I hate
Almost-
I'm
almost,
so bad at
there you go.
directions.
There
It
we go.
is Chatterfang, the Squirrel General. It's a fun game of I like to bring out squirrels, and I like to bring out food tokens, and that's all I do. I just bring out squirrels and food, and it's super fun, and it's definitely not a horrendous deck to play against because it's full of squirrels that will overrun you.
Right, exactly. So that's the engine for your deck. Now, Ben,
It's
what
fun.
about
It's
your
my
deck?
engine is fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is fun. It is
It's
fun,
nothing
honestly.
more than fun.
Honestly, one of the metas in Magic the Gathering is squirrels and just summoning a bunch of squirrels and just while everyone else is summoning gods and stuff like that, you just amass your army of squirrels and attack your opponent.
I definitely don't have cards that can make my Squirrel General go from a 1/1 to a 11/11 in like that. So
Exactly. So Ben, what about you? What's your commander?
Well, my commander does a slightly different play style, which I just want to briefly say it is one aspect I do actually enjoy to most trading card games, but also Magic, is the fact that all the decks kind of like serve different purposes and do different styles just based on either what color cards you're playing with or like who your commander is in the case of Commander. So as someone who just wanted to kind of dip their toes into the game kind of lightly and not get super deep into it like I do the other trading card games, my commander is basically hey, what deck are you playing? That's my deck too now. So his name here, this is Tiny Bones, the Bauble Burglar. So he's a small little skeleton rogue. His whole ability is basically to make you discard cards out of your hand into a special little pile set off to the side, and then when it's on my turn, I can spend my resources in order to play those cards that I made you discard and play them on my side. So all my cards in my deck basically make you discard your hand, and then I played those cards that I made you discard.
So again,
it sounds mean.
Yeah.
Two
It
of
sounds
you
mean,
play
but you know what?
horrendous evil decks,
Hey,
and I have a nice fun deck of squirrels.
so hey, that's not fair. I also have a fun deck of squirrels if I make you discard them.
Again,
I have a
evil,
lot of
evil.
I mean, you guys have both seen my entire deck, and I remember, Ben, you said specifically, what I'm learning is if we face Sartaj, we all have to target him.
Oh, yeah,
those are
'cause
your
So we're
exact
gonna, we're
words.
gonna gang
You
up
got
on
busted
Sartaj,
stuff in there.
and then we're gonna
Yeah.
gang up on Ben, and then
That's a whole nother
and then
element of-
I just have fun
That's a whole nother element of a 4-player card game that
ganging up
can-
on.
Yeah.
ganging
And
up
that's
on
something
people.
that's something I forgot to mention earlier. Commander is 4 players, so you face against 3 other people as well. And there's a lot of strategy involved, and there's a lot of politics involved. Believe it or not.
I mean, you
a
can
lot
do
of
you can do
promises,
less
like-
than 4.
yeah,
You can do 3
can do less than
or
4.
2. but
Not actual politics, by the way.
it's not as good though. If you
Yeah, no,
it's
not
better
actual
with 4
politics.
people.
Not
I'm
actual
talking like
politics.
if I attack you,
social
Fake
politicking.
politics.
Yeah, social
politics.
politicking with people.
yeah, like I won't attack you as long as you don't attack me the next turn. That's
No
the most
promises.
important part when it comes there. Yeah, exactly. No promises though. There's a lot of betrayal too. This game has everything. Magic the Gathering really has everything.
I actually played
Well-
a really fun general. I don't remember the general the other day. I played against him, but his whole mechanic was he tells you who you can attack. So you choose left or
Yes,
right.
I know who you're talking about.
And then it's
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
only attack to the left or attack to the right. So it's really funny to do that one.
And that's another thing with Magic the Gathering. A lot of these cards that you can have as commander is they have like really fun abilities that you can play off of. There's one card where every single turn it's your turn, everyone votes, and whoever gets the most votes, they have to discard a card from their hand. So it's a little fun like party aspects, so sort of something like that. But there's a lot of commanders like that. But yeah, so we have a lot more to talk about with Magic the Gathering, but we're going to take a quick break. So we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everyone, to Game Together, the show where our favorite cards are not our business cards. Now, we're going to go ahead and continue to talk about Magic the Gathering, popular card game that is, you probably have heard of it at least once, basically, if you're into trading card games or anything like that. Now, last we talked about our favorite commanders, or not even our favorite commanders, are just our preferred commanders basically in Magic the Gathering. So now we want to talk about our favorite mana / color. Now, one thing I wanted to say and make sure I clarify with this is, there are 5 different elements when it comes to Magic the Gathering. There's forest, also known as green, swamp, black, mountain, which is red, plains, which are white, and then water, which is blue. So those are the 5 main elements. They get referred to as mana or colors. So basically, what is your guys' favorite mana / color to play with? So Joe, we'll start with you. What is your favorite mana source that you like to use?
Can I actually you for a second?
Oh boy.
Okay, go right ahead.
The blues are called islands.
Ooh, he
Islands.
got you. You look like
I
a
was thinking
Joker
Pokemon.
now.
That's because I'm a wizard.
That's because you're a wizard.
He's the master of
so-
mana.
I'll say when I first started playing, I liked playing blue, not because it was counter spells, because I liked the color blue. I think my current favorite to play is probably green in general, because it's the fun squirrels and stuff. But I like playing with all the colors because they all have their own strengths and weaknesses. So mainly because green and black is my main deck right now. It's green and black.
Yeah, I would say for mine, I really do like playing swamps, black. So basically, the one commander deck that I showed you is that is specifically a swamp deck where basically, and like you said, Joe, a lot of these colors have different strengths to them. So you mentioned blue has a lot of counter spells. With black, it's a lot of creatures that you can summon and do a lot of damage, but also protecting yourself. So it's kind of like the jack of all trades. Now, I will say a really cool second and also a duo color that I really like is both mountain and forest. So which is red and green. So that's another one that I really like to play as well if I'm not going with the mono color. So Ben, for you specifically, you have a very I would say a straightforward answer since you only have one commander deck, and it's that commander deck
Hey,
you just showed.
but to be fair, so since the only deck I've played is Tiny Bones here, and his deck is mono black,
He's gonna say
or at least the
color.
deck I
He's gonna
have.
say different.
Here's what I'm gonna say: my favorite color to play is all of them.
Yeah, I knew it.
Because Tiny
knew he was
Bones
gonna say that.
can allow me to play any color from your pile that I make of your discarded hand. So I can play all the colors, but I hate anybody who will stand on being a blue player, and proud of it.
Sartaj, can I give you a different deal for when we play Magic?
Okay.
Can we just go after Ben first?
I agree. You know what? I will.
Hang
I will
on,
shake on
hang
it.
on,
Here, let's go
Sartaj.
ahead and
Let me
shake
make
it.
you a deal.
Shake. Shake.
Let me make
Shake.
Sartaj. Hang on.
Cool.
Let me make you a deal.
Okay. Okay.
We won't gang on you if you don't gang on me, and I won't discard your hand, and I'll only discard squirrels.
If he says that again, I'm gonna cut his audio.
All right, here's the deal.
You know what, Ben? You know what, Ben? Wait, you're this side. Shake on it.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Shake on it. We're shaking on it. There we go.
This is how the game is played.
Yeah.
That's how the game is.
This
played.
is literally how the game is played. Just handshake agreements, and those handshake agreements
that
can
are broken
often
immediately.
be broken just immediately. I remember just a quick story. I remember I was playing with my brother and two of our other high school friends, and I looked at him like, "Look, I won't attack you. The other guy, we have a problem with him. We need to gang up on him." Then my brother summoned immediately a monster that literally just cancels out my deck. Got back to my next turn. I'm like, all those grudges I held against you throughout our childhood, they're coming out right now. Sorry, I'm targeting you. But no, he understood. He understood. It's Magic the Gathering. What can you say?
I think that's actually one of my favorite parts of Magic is the whole idea of like, hey, let's make a deal to not attack each other, and then you're like, yeah, sure, and then your hand is like, God creature, dead creature, just immediately game busting creatures, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna make this deal to not attack you.
Totally.
What am my biggest tell that I often do, which I'm giving a tip to you guys and anyone that we play that we may meet through the game together, is I would always say, hey, handshake agreement. I won't attack you if you don't attack me. I always say that if in my hands are all land cards, because I can't do anything, but I want to at least protect myself for one player. That's a big tell that I do. I always do that.
Okay.
But yeah, so also a lot of people want to get into Magic the Gathering, and one of the biggest things that I always recommend people in terms of like how do you get into it, there's a lot to take in, that's for sure, but take your time. Magic the Gathering is a very, very complex card game. There is a whole lot of systems involved into it in terms of what spells you can cast, what spells you can't cast, the counter, the whole stack priority. It's a lot of rules. And the biggest thing I would recommend if you want to get into Magic the Gathering is take your time. Watch people that may have, played it, maybe watch some things online, but also you can also go to your local game store. So what we're seeing right now is from Epic Loot Games in Centerville. So this is basically a card shop you can go to. You can buy any of the decks that you see there. So the pre-constructed decks, which are on your screen right now, those are decks that are ready to go out of the gate. So those decks already have a commander in there with all the cards to really play off of them. So you can just pick up a deck right there. You don't have to build your own deck, basically. They also have card sleeves and a bunch of different accessories to make sure that you protect your investment. Because once again, I want to make sure we deliver that, is that Magic the Gathering is an investment.
It's
that
not
you
cheap.
want to make sure. It is not cheap. It is definitely an investment. Once you're in, you're in.
I mean,
Get ready
it could be cheap. You could get a commander deck and then never spend any other money.
That's
you,
me.
You could get like 4 or 5 booster packs and make a deck like a draft booster and spend like $20.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of, let's say that you're not ready to get your commander deck or anything like that first. What you can do is go to these game nights that they have at these different locations. Usually it's Friday night commander. Sometimes it's Wednesday night commander. You just go there and find out when they're playing commander. And what you can do is, I'm pretty sure they'll let you just come in and you can just watch. You can watch how people play, and even if they have time, they'll even help you learn the system and learn the game itself. So that's also another thing to recommend. One thing that also I want to make sure we talk about is a lot of people are like, I don't know where to start with. How do I start with like cards I'm interested in? Well, there are a lot of sets in Magic the Gathering, and we're talking about some of our favorite ones. I know, but for both of you, it's also popular with me too. Is Bloomborough? Those are the sets that you guys really enjoyed,
I
correct?
love Bloomborough because it's the big squirrel deck. I mean, sorry, it's going over your head, man. Bloomborough
I
is.
just wanted to connect to the audience.
I
for a
know.
second. I don't
Okay.
know what they're talking about.
Let me connect to you, the audience, right now. So, Bloomborough, if you ever read a book series called Redwall, it's think Narnia, but all of the characters are animals. So, anthropomorphic animals in medieval times, kind of like Disney's Robin Hood. Think of it like that. So, cute animals, medieval times, defending the world. Super
Mhm.
lovely, super cute. That's Bloomborough. Bloomborough
Yeah.
is cute animals defending themselves from the evils of the world. Like I said, Chatterfang, this guy, Bloomborough.
Nice.
This card,
Yeah.
Bloomborough. The cards are beautiful in Bloomborough because it's super naturey and stuff as well. It's just fun. It's just nice. It's cute. If you like nature, Bloomborough.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a
Honestly, if
recent
you
set
like,
that came out.
yeah, if you like nature, like animals and stuff, so that's another example of like you can go into a set that what you like. Let's say you like animals, you go into Bloomborough. Let's say you like space. The latest set,
Space.
Edge of Eternities,
Spice.
is one thing that they're doing right now in Edge of Eternities. Now, I am going to cheat right now and say what my favorite sets are. It's a little bit of a cheat answer, but I love the Universe Beyond sets. The one where they have collaborations with other IPs, other properties. Warhammer is one thing that actually got me really back into playing, I would say. It would just get me back into playing in terms of like what just because Warhammer was actually something I was starting to get into, and then Magic the Gathering all of a sudden did a collaboration with them, which I really liked. And you saw there earlier, Final Fantasy is the most recent collaboration that they have done, which I have spent much money on in general. But Universes Beyond is what I like. But other than that, I do also like anything involving space, and there's also a whole set that involves Eldrazi, like these otherworldly gods that I
They're
also
basically
really
like
like.
aliens, right?
They're basically alien gods that literally if you see someone come to your commander night with an Eldrazi deck, just leave and go face someone else immediately. That I'm giving you guys a free tip right now. If they come with an
I can attest to
Eldrazi
that.
deck,
Leave.
yeah, get it. Just leave immediately.
As
If you're
someone who's
looking to
played
play
a
this
game,
game, don't play this
Right.
game.
Right. Don't play the
Best
don't
tip.
play the game. Don't play the game at all or anything like that.
you
But
should what you should do is you should play against me because I just have fun with my squirrels. Um,
yeah,
the in general, Magic does have they're called sets. It's basically an addition of cards around a singular theme most of the time, such as with Edges of Eternity being super space themed, or the Universes Beyond. You have your Final Fantasy or your Fallout. They're different sets. They kind of follow a similar theme. A different one is called, I think it was Murders of Karlov Manor, and that was all very gumshoe, very detective-y, and there was kind of like some eldritch horror in there. So Magic has all these themes. We like to talk about Commander because Commander is like one of those games where, hey, it's you kind of build a deck around like a character or a theme or something like that, and you get to kind of really tune your deck to it.
Mhm.
The more we'll call it sweaty version of Magic is standard. It's a smaller deck. You're really like tuning to like how do I min max my game? How do I min max my deck to win? Ben is nodding at me, which means I am doing an okay job trying to explain the game to the audience.
Yeah.
Magic is a game of its skill, its luck of the draw, and how much money you can spend sometimes.
yeah.
Is
that's
that
that's the big
And
thing.
fun.
Yeah.
but
And
it is
fun
it
with
is
the right company.
fun with the right company. It really is fun with the right company. It's this might sound weird, but I think the way I described it to one of my friends is it's like physical coding sometimes. Like sometimes you end up building a board where you're like, okay, if I do this action with this action and this action, X will happen and it makes me win the game.
I could see that. That's a
Yeah.
Close. That's a close enough example I could follow.
Or at least it's a game where like you try to build a ton of actions to can just chain launch each other.
Depending.
Yeah, like the cards play
depending
off
on
of
what
each
your
other.
deck is.
Depending on what your deck is, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, like I said, and that's one thing that I always give to people if they're like, what was some advice that you would give them if they're starting Magic the Gathering is, just play with cards that you think are fun. Play with cards that even if they're hard to understand, go with ones that are easier to understand and really just go with what is fun to you. Don't act like or don't feel like you have to go into the meta or anything like that. You can just take your time and just basically use the cards that you like, the cards that got you maybe into the game. Just use those cards.
I agree.
I'm seeing a bunch of nods and no's. Like,
well, I was shaking my head, and then
wrong?
Joe started copying me. So then I was like, I got
I'm being
confused.
chaotic right now. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I think that is unfortunately all the time that we have for this episode of Game Together. So thank you all for watching us here at Game Together. Once again, want to remind everyone that they have an email to if they want to send any comments, requests, questions. Once again, questions on where Ben gets his glasses or Joe gets his hats. And once again, I will answer any questions about my secure location. But other than that, I think that's all we pretty much have. So thank you all for watching Game Together. We'll see you next time.